Hey, Onion here, back with my playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV Online. We're in 3.4 at the moment. Third part. Looks like we have 4.5 quests left to go. Again, everything's brought with text to audio, so we can enjoy the story. Anybody with issues like dyslexia or bad eyesight, hoping to bring this to them as well as myself. Thanks for joining. Here we go.
What ho, Onion? I trust you had a good night's rest? I was but this moment speaking with Thancred and Y'shtola Link Pearl. They had some interesting news to share. Apparently, during the course of their respective investigations, both came across crates which had once borne Ishgardian seals. 'Twould seem that someone in the capital has been very busy indeed. Accordingly, the Temple Knights have launched a full-scale investigation. Sarah Merrick believes that it is only a matter of time before the culprits are found, but we shall have to wait and see. In the meantime, it seems only prudent to look into the recent activities of the other tribes, in case they too are flush with Ishgardian crystals. And with that in mind, I suggest we pay Oriange another. Wait. Where is Alize? She was here a moment ago, with Gabu.
Ah, let me guess, it's time to leave, isn't it? My apologies for disappearing again. If it is any consolation, I have already packed my things.
How is he?
Brother. Commander Bleedin. Something tells me you are not solely here out of concern for his welfare. But to answer your question, there has been no change. He will not speak or eat. I'm not even sure if he slept. If he did, he seems none the better for it. He just shuffles about with that same expression on his face. You will look after him, won't you, Commander, and treat him with every kindness? He's still in there. I know it. Beneath the anguish and the despair, he's still fighting with all his heart. He deserves to be given that chance. Until he comes back to us, until we know for certain what has become of him.
You needn't worry. If he hadn't risked his neck to warn us and help you secure the better part of the crystals, this could have turned out a damn sight worse than it did. We'll not soon forget that, and nor will Maelstrom Command.
I'm so sorry, Gabu. I truly am. You should never have been made to. And I know I cannot possibly understand. Mayhap there is nothing I can do or say. The pain, the anger, the helplessness. Hold fast to the memories of better times. Remember them as they were. And when it hurts so much your heart feels fit to burst, let it burst. Let it burst, and fill up again with your love for them. And never, ever forget.
Come along, little one.
I will remember them. And you, Alize. Thank you.
Have faith, sister. Your words have reached him. In time, he will recover. And those who orchestrated these events will be made to answer for their crimes.
A thousand times over, there will be a reckoning.
We have heard the glad tidings from Ogamuro, my friends. By the grace of the 12 and your most valiant efforts, the people of Limsa may rest easy.
I should like to think so, yes. Though we failed to prevent the Lord of Crags from manifesting, we did succeed in weakening him, enabling our friend to dispatch him before the Warriors of Darkness could make matters worse. 'Twas by no means an unmitigated success, but it will have to suffice.
Then let us speak of another matter, one which weigheth heavy on my lady's mind. As thou didst request, I sought out the Jurun oracles, that we might better understand the aims of the Warriors of Darkness. Though their copious use of allegory defieth any single interpretation, the oracles paint a most disturbing picture, one of worlds parallel to our own, apart yet linked, reduced to ruin with every umbral calamity.
7 times have they succeeded. Then of 10 and 3, only 6 worlds remain.
Aye. All is as my lady Minfilia spake unto thee. As for what becometh of these reflections when they and the source are rejoined, Frail flesh undone in umbral fires, each soul surrendereth to her call, to flow unto the endless sea, there to endure as one and none.
Then if the warriors of darkness succeed, everyone in their world will die?
In essence, aye. The verse speaketh of the renunciation of the flesh, and subsequent return to the life stream. However, this fate may yet be preferable to the alternative, for if the first were to fall to transcendent light in the manner the warriors of darkness described, it would give way unto a void wherein none may know either life or death. Far better to die, they reason, for in death there is life. The essence of a soul which returneth unto the source may be born anew. Saved. Such, at least, is their belief, I surmise.
If that is true, then, gods, no one should ever have to make such a choice.
Ere we speak further on this subject, I would share with thee another recent discovery. 'Twould seem that several sizable shipments of crystals have been delivered into the hands of certain Alumhigan parties.
Higgins? Strange. And you believe this to be the work of the same Ishgardian smugglers who supplied the beast tribes?
I know beyond a shadow of a doubt. And lest thou wonder at their motive, I would remind you that the Asians did once attempt to bring about the summoning of Raugr. The individuals who took receipt of these shipments are refugees belonging to a group devoted to the cause of Alumhigan liberation. It may also interest thee to know that their Ishgardian suppliers appear to be none other than the remnants of Alina Rawai's network of spies.
Surely you jest. And yet, it is not so surprising. Bereft of leadership and hunted by the Alliance, I can well imagine such villains being desperate enough to conspire with the Asians. Assuming they even know, or care, who their new employers are. All of which is irrelevant. Forgive me. We must seek out the resistance group which received the crystals without delay. Onion, Alize, will you come with me to Little Alumhigo?
Yes, of course. I should like to hear what they have to say for themselves. Firsthand.
May you ever walk in the light of the crystal.
Alphino, Alize, Onion, are you three listening? Good. I have tidings. The Temple Knights raided the smuggler's warehouse less than an hour ago. A cursory interrogation of the prisoners yielded confirmation that they were in the employ of, and I hope you are sitting down, a man in black robes. Then you have them? And the crystals too? What few remained, aye. Regrettably, it would seem they dispatched one final shipment in the hours before we struck. 'Twas bound for Little Alumhigo, we are told, where it will be received by members of a local resistance group. Since Sarah Merrick's men no longer have need of my services, I have a mind to head that way. As do we, by happy coincidence. We learned of the shipments but a few moments ago. Ha! And there I was thinking I might finally be one step ahead of the Warrior of Light and her little helpers. Ah! Wait a moment. There is more. And I defy you not to be surprised by this revelation. The leader of the Ishgardian smugglers was formerly in the employ of one Alina Rawai, the infamous Ivy herself. Once again, Thancred, I fear I must inform you that.
Thancred, with whom else have you shared this information?
About the smugglers. No one. As I think I mentioned, the raid was less than an hour ago. I was planning to contact Ishtola next, but is there someone else you would have me notify first?
No, there isn't.
What in the world has gotten into her? It is twice now that we have sought Orianje's aid, and twice she has treated him as if he were a stranger. The Archon was one of Grandfather's most dedicated pupils, and spent as much time at the Levair estate as we did. He's practically a member of the family. Truth be told, I struggle to recall a day from my childhood when I did not see the three of them laughing together. If this continues, I may have to raise the matter. Later, though, Little Alumhigo awaits.
I will get to the bottom of this. Oh, forgive me. It has been a long day. Did you have something to say? Orianj? Oh, I've always struggled to understand what's going on in his head. Now more than ever. Listen, Onion, if anything should happen, it should be me who. Just know that I am prepared to do what must be done. Right, then. To more pressing matters. Since we have no idea when Thancred might arrive, I suggest we see what information we can gather in his absence.
So, to review, we are reliably informed that members of the Alumhigan resistance operating here have taken receipt of several large shipments of crystals, our task being to ascertain who and why. Given the size of the settlement, I find it hard to believe that anyone here could be wholly unaware of the resistance movements. The challenge, of course, will be finding individuals who are both able and willing to share such information with outsiders. It would seem sensible to divide our forces. Onion, why don't you question the residents in the eastern half of town? Alize and I will do the same in the west, and afterwards we can rendezvous here to share our findings.
Eh? The resistance? Damned if I know. It's not as if I'd be any use to him. If you set store by all these tales of secret weapons, good luck to you, but I'm too old for the mask's bedtime stories. This is our lot, and it's time we got used to it. Ah, let me guess. Come to join the fight, have you? No need to deny it, friend. You're not the first to answer the Griffin's call. While he's lit a fire in every Higgins' heart, he's also inspired more than a few Uldons to pledge themselves to the cause. And little wonder, the Garleans won't stop until we're all under the yoke. I see you there, going around asking questions. Looking for the Griffin and his lot, I'll bet. Seems they're the talk of little Higo these days. Folk wondering what he's about, what he's got in store for the Garleans, and what's under that mask of his, of course. Some say he's hardly got a face, what with all the scars. Others reckon he's been marked for death by the Empire, and that they'd send a bloody legion if they knew he was here. Your guess is as good as mine.
I suppose I should ask what you learned, but I think I already know. This Griffin seems to be the leader of a newly formed faction within the Resistance. The Masks. Yet despite their growing popularity, no one seems to know much about them, only that they are the most aggressively militant group to join the movement in recent memory. Indeed, many claim their commitment to the cause of Higgin liberation is unrivaled. We can but hope their revolutionary fervor is never channeled in the direction of a primal. Though I feel confident that this is the group which received the crystal shipments, we yet lack proof. Before taking any action, I would speak with the settlement's leader to confirm my suspicions, and mayhap enlist his help while I am about it. Given that you and Gundobald are already acquainted, mayhap it would be best if you took the lead. Shall we?
Much as it pleases me to see you again, Onion, I cannot help but wonder if I should be worried. I hear you and yours have been asking questions. The Griffin? I know of him, as do we all. He and his masks have become a leading faction within the Resistance. Though there was suspicion at first given his secretive ways, he quickly proved himself a charismatic and capable commander. Men are drawn to his passion and his vision. They truly believe that he has what it takes to lead them to victory. Even I cannot help but admire the man for what he's accomplished, but I have not forgotten Willard. I was blind to the danger of his ambitions, and you were not. The Griffin will soon deliver a speech to our people at the sunken temple of Karn. Go and see him with your own eyes, weigh his words with your own heart.
How convenient. 'Tis but a pity Thancred is not here to join us.
You two go on ahead. I shall stay behind and wait for him.
Has it begun already? I hear voices coming from within.
Brothers and sisters, 20 years ago, Alamigo, our home, was claimed by the Garlean Empire. In our haste to overthrow the King of Ruin, we turned a blind eye to our foes in the north. With our glorious revolution, we but laid a path for a new tyrant to succeed the old. And when confronted with our failure, we fled. Not a day goes by that I do not think of those we left behind. Think of them and feel ashamed. And I know each and every one of you feels the same. We abandoned them, our own flesh and blood, to labor till their backs gave in and their breath gave out, building the twisted steel ramparts which now mar our once majestic mountains. We abandoned them, the brave and true, to fight and die for their country, or worse, to be conscripted and sent off to rob another poor bastard of his home. We abandoned them, the meek and powerless, to bow and scrape when the Garleans pass, to sully themselves that they might live to see another day of misery. The Black Wolf may be dead, but a new Imperial Viceroy reigns in Alamigo now. You all know the Eorzean Alliance will do naught to oppose him. For all their promises and platitudes, they will not act if there's no profit in it. Only we can free our brothers and sisters from the Empire's tyranny, my friends. Only we have the courage to stand and fight. They have imprisoned us. They have enslaved us. And they have murdered us. But no more! Blood demands blood, and the Garleans shall pay for every drop they have spilt upon our lands. This I promise you, for we have a power within us, my friends. A power befitting our pride, our righteousness. Only join us, and we shall grant you the means to unleash it, and together we shall see the Alamegan standard raised over the mountains of Gir Arbania once more!
A power befitting their pride. Not at all ominous, that. Wait, is that...
What are you two doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
Well, this is quite the surprise.
If you see what I see, if you feel as I feel...
Might I suggest we continue this conversation in more agreeable surroundings?
For it is not strength of arms that will win this battle, but strength of heart.
Words cannot express how glad I am to see you both alive and well.
And you. Though it was pretty obvious you and Onion would be fine.
The Crystal Braves never had a realistic chance of capturing any of the signs, divided as they were and distrusted by the better part of Eorzea.
But if you truly believe that, forgive me. What exactly have you two been doing all this time?
Repaying a favor. After the banquet, we had no choice but to flee Ul'dah, and we would not have been able to do so without the aid of some old friends from the Resistance.
That's right. They smuggled us out of the city and sheltered us in Little Alamigo, all at great risk to themselves. Obviously, we couldn't let that go unacknowledged, so we offered to help them out with their operations for a while.
When we learned of the Sign's exoneration, that Lolorito had severed all ties with the Crystal Braves, and that General Rabon had been reinstated, we resolved to make contact. But having long since discarded our link pearls as a precautionary measure, our options were rather limited. To make matters more complicated, we were embroiled in a delicate operation at the time, leaving me with little choice but to entrust a letter to a courier. I gather from your puzzled expressions, however, that you never received it.
To be honest, we thought this might happen. While the masks are happy to let the refugees spread the word within the community, they're pretty strict about communicating with outsiders. Oh, and we also heard a rumor that the Griffin doesn't want us meddling in his affairs.
The Griffin mistrusts the signs of the Seventh Dawn? Curious. It is well known that we are no friends to Garlemald. One would think the man we saw beseeching all and sundry to join his cause would welcome our support.
Ah, I should say that the man you saw was not in fact the Griffin, but an impersonator. And a talented rabble-rouser, to boot. It would not surprise me if he were responsible for the majority of these public appearances. As you may have gathered, the Griffin is an extremely cautious and distrusting man who has made every effort to conceal his identity. Even when we participated in a raid under his direct command, we were not permitted to approach him.
It's hard to know what to make of it all. The secrecy, the impersonators, the masks. What? It's not as if I'm making all of you wear one. And mine only covers half my face. It's completely different. Anyway, when we heard the Griffin was due to give a speech, we thought it might be a good opportunity to get a better sense of the man behind the, to get a better sense of the man.
For all the good it did. And now you have heard the whole of it. But tell me, what prompted you to take an interest in the Griffin?
Summoning. You're not serious. I can't believe it.
The Resistance would never even entertain such a ridiculous plan, but the Griffin. Well, the man is an enigma. I cannot say with any confidence what he would or would not do. What I can say, however, is that the speech we heard today was not the first to make reference to a power capable of defeating the Empire. The masks have made many such claims of late. I confess, I had assumed it to be mere bluster, but but in the context of the shipments of which you spoke, it is not impossible that they are alluding to a primal.
Whatever it is, we'll find out together, and if anyone tries to stop us, they'll answer to me.
Indeed. That is, assuming you have us? If, as you suspect, the Griffin is indeed plotting to summon a primal, we must needs obtain confirmation while there is yet time to act. To that end, I propose we question his double. Given his role as the group's de facto mouthpiece, I should not be surprised if he were one of the Griffin's closest associates. And while he may not be aware of the most sensitive details, he can probably tell us the mass plans in broad strokes. Like the man whom he impersonates, however, he is wary of outsiders. He will not expose himself without a suitable incentive. My plan is as follows. You and Alphino will pose as adventurers fallen on hard times, inspired by his words to take up arms for a noble cause. Ida and I, as members of the Resistance, will recount tales of your past achievements, and testify as to your usefulness in the struggles ahead. With our enthusiastic assurances still ringing in his ears, he will decide to welcome you in person, and we will arrange a meeting. You will need to look the part that we might maintain the charade, until we have him cornered, at least. Here, this should be enough to purchase suitable garments from Talbot, and to have him rub a respectable amount of dirt on them for good measure. Any questions?
It all seems simple enough, thank you. And with that, Onion, let us be off.
Eh? You want to buy what? I don't know what you're up to, but I want no part of it. Well, you're the ones with the gill, and Cian is your friends of Popolimo. There. Tunic and slops for the both of you, tailored and, or treated to your tastes. Now, off with you, before someone sees us together.
Clothes maketh the man, as they say. Right, then. I will go and change, and see you at the spot Popolimo marked on our maps. Well, look at us, a pair of down-at-heel adventurers seeking a chance to recapture past glories. Yes, this should suffice. And now we play the waiting game.
My thanks, comrades. You must be the esteemed adventurers of whom I've heard so much. I understand you have taken an interest in our cause.
A great interest, you might say. Your words have certainly made quite an impression on my friend and I. The Resistance has long, and some would say wisely, avoided open engagements with the Garleans, but you and yours seem confident against the world in arms. I can only assume you have good reason to be so bold. Why, one might even think you are planning to summon a primal. Because that would do much to explain the sizable shipment of crystals you recently received from your smuggler friends, whom our Ishgardian allies have since detained, lest you wonder.
I'd like to hear more about the Griffin. The real Griffin. Your performance earlier didn't fool us.
Ah, the famous scions of the Seventh Dawn. I should have known better than to think I could conceal the truth from you lot. You are right. I am not the Griffin, but I speak with his voice, and it was at his behest that we procured those crystals. You are wrong, however, if you think that we procured them to summon a primal. We used them to reach an accord with the Amalja. In exchange for crystals to summon their god, they will aid us in the fight for Alamegan liberation.
You've got to be joking. Have you gone completely mad? When people find out you helped the Lizardmen summon Ifrit, they'll turn on the Resistance. Alamigo will never be free.
This isn't a fairy tale, girl. We don't have the luxury to play at being honorable heroes. It's because the likes of you wouldn't sully your saintly hands that Alamigo's been under the yoke for the past 20 years. But the Griffin won't stand for it, and neither will we. We're ready to do whatever it takes.
What proof do you have of this arrangement with the Emulger?
What? Aside from a lack of crystals? None. But the beastmen have a great big pile of the things if you fancy looking. You might want to hurry, though. It'll not be long before they summon their god. Search our camp if you don't believe me. We have naught to hide.
If there is a cache to be found, Ida and I will find it.
Then let us be off. Are you perchance the Warrior of Light? Aye, I thought so. You should know that a great many who have joined us did so because you saved them. Because you showed them that one brave woman can make a difference. You saved me too once. Helped a friend over in Quarry Mill make some medicine I needed. But that was a lifetime ago. On behalf of my brothers and sisters, I thank you. You gave us hope where there was none, courage and strength when all was lost. We shall not squander your gift.
I know that look, Ida, and I do not like it. You cannot seriously be contemplating taking up arms with that band of cutthroats.
I just...
If the Griffin and his men have their way, it is only a matter of time before the situation in Alamigo comes to a head. Your homeland's future teeters on a knife edge, and any reckless action, however small, could have irrevocable consequences. You mustn't lose sight of that, Ida. When the time comes, we must all make our choices, but we must do so in full possession of the facts. Now, let us away. There is work to be done.
Quarry Mill, he said. Do you remember? Forgive me. You cannot be expected to recall every name and face, and besides, it's not as if it matters. I have long admired how you live in the present. How you focus on the problems at hand and always keep moving forward. So let us keep moving forward together, Onion. We must find and secure those crystals. This is no time for looking back.
Alright, gonna pause this one here. I'll be right back with the next one. Thanks for joining.